they failed us. The older women that were supposed to lead and guide us have failed us. If you are in the middle between who you always been and who you are becoming, then this channel might be for you. Testing 1, testing 2. Older women, please come to the front. Years ago, me and my sister was having a conversation and we were like really going through it. She was like, I just understand, where are the older women at? And I think that was such a great question to ask. Where are the older women at? We were supposed to be able to reach out and be like, we're going through this, we're going through that. And for them to be like, got you. Let me pull you under my wing, let's do this. And we didn't get that. And I think it's not that there was no other older women. It's that there was no older women to lead us in the ways that it mattered as a woman. They failed us. The older women that were supposed to lead us, to guide us, to teach us, to really help us in these kind of times, they failed us. A couple months ago now, I had read a book. It's called The Queen's Code. And in The Queen's Code, it's about a woman who's getting older. She ends up wanting to learn more about men. And she realizes she can't go to her mom. She hears the way her mom talks about men, and she's like, she ain't gonna be able to help me. And so she's thinking in her life, who's a queen around me? She realizes, my grandma. I love the way that she treats my granddad. My grandma is a queen. And so she just goes to her grandmother. She boldly just asks her, like, can you teach me how to be a queen? Like, can you teach me how to have a better relationship with men? And the grandmother's like, oh my gosh, yes. She lets her know, my mom and my mom's mom and her mom's mom, we all wrote pieces of whatever we grasped from our marriages, our relationships with men, and we put in a book so that we can pass the wisdom and knowledge that we have down to family. The fact that this young lady could pick someone in her family to help her in a situation, while me, my sisters, a lot of women that I know, they don't really have anybody in their family that's like that grandmother, right? Someone that was able to give knowledge, sound knowledge, advice, guide, lead, teach. This older lady was literally like having like class sessions with these younger women about men and about life, like real lessons, real knowledge. I thought that was so beautiful, but I just saw how we don't have that. We don't have the older women that would do anything like that nowadays. I haven't seen it. I think it's very rare. A lot of my life I was looking for the older woman to kind of sit down and guide me at all times. I think nowadays us as younger women, we've had to pay coaches, pay mentors, pay for groups, look at YouTube videos, podcasts, read our books on our own, create our own groups of things in order for us to get that kind of knowledge that should have been passed down to us, through our mothers, through our grandmothers. And I know there are older women out there that try their best, but that were in survival mode. And that's all they could pass down to another woman, is just survival. To warn us, not really guide us, but warn us from the past mistakes, but not to guide us forward, how to survive things, But I do know there's women too that had the knowledge and didn't move forward with it. Like, I know my man, he likes to buy books. He loves books. I went with him to go pick it up, and there was an older woman there, and the books that she had was like what you ought to know. So it was like what a young wife ought to know, what a young husband ought to know, a series of books. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's an older woman that has these books. She can help me and get a knowledge. But I didn't go in there with him. So he messages her and it's like, hey, my girl wants to talk to you. Is it possible that you could maybe talk about the book with her? And she laughs. She comments and goes, ha ha ha. I haven't read any of those books. I just use them for decorations. When I saw that in my head, I'm like, okay, that is the older woman now. Even a woman that has all the knowledge in her hands still did not take full advantage in reading them. That's a deep book, in my opinion, that I would have opened up to see what's inside of here, at least, a little curiosity. And it's like, The Queen's Code, this type of women, the woman that's in survival, all these 3 women that are older, I just think about what value would they bring to a younger generation, and maybe that's why we are where we are now in certain situations. Around in a conversation with another young lady I was talking to, and we were having a conversation about how it would be great to be like the Queen's Code and call our grandmother up and be like, Grandma, how do we do this? Like, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. What did you do? How do we deal with these feelings? Like, all those other stuff. We didn't have any of that. We just had each other. In the midst of the conversation, I realized something. Girl, we are the older women now. And I think now, the reality of it is now, even if we're not the older woman at this moment, but we're becoming, or we will be the older woman. It's no longer the conversation of where were the older women at. Now the conversation has transformed into what kind of older women are you going to be? Because it's all determined right now. All of it is determined at this moment of your life. How are you going to help a younger woman? What are you going to give them? Survival? Are you going to be like the girl with the book and be like, I ain't got nothing for you? If anything, you tell me about the book. Now it's just so different. Now you see women on TV making the same mistakes 21-year-old makes, and they're 57 years old. And I'm pretty sure they made it before in the past as well. But they made the same mistakes, but they never chose anything different. You know what I mean? And so that's just my thoughts. And we're going to be the new generation of older women that's going to come in. Will we fail the next generation too, like they failed us? Will this be a thing that's like, oh, all I was taught was survival? Because my mom taught me survival, and her mom's mom taught her survival, and her mom's mom's mom taught her survival. Will that be a story for your daughter? Is that going to be a story they say about you? Or are they going to have something else for you? Are they going to be like, no, we weren't taught that. We were taught this or that, because I know my great grandmother did the work. I know my mom did the work. She did the transformation. She did the healing. She did the growth. She got the knowledge. She sought the wisdom. She actually did the work it took to become the different version of herself. What story is she going to say? I guess this comes down to the thing of what kind of older woman do you want to become? I don't want to be like those other women. I want to be like the Queen's Code. I want to get growth. I want to get knowledge. I want to get all that stuff done. Even having a little book like that, to me, is a nice idea. Having a book on areas, on subjects, on situations like that. So even when you're gone, they can have something to pass down to each other. And that's why I think even about this channel, where it's like, I can even pass this down to my great-great-grandkids. Even if nobody watches this channel, this can always stay up here for them to say, this was my journey. This is what happened from start to finish. Here you go. I love you. I didn't send you in this world with nothing. Like, I gave you something. Get something out of it. I just think that now is the time we start thinking about what kind of older women that we're going to be. Because I'm not going to fail my next generation. And I hope you don't either. So you don't be in that crowd of women that fail their next generation. If you keep doing what you've always known, you're going to be who you've always been. Okay, love you. Bye.